What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another exciting day in the shop getting ready for paint. So today we got to rig up a temporary paint booth. One of these days I really need to punch this shop out, make some sort of a permanent paint booth setup, but we got to work with what we got. We already emptied out this half of the shop. You know, when I put the 2-post lift in the shop, I knew it was going to be an issue with painting and kind of space, just because the best spot I think for that lift was in the middle of the shop. And now going into paint, it's kind of in the way, but we're gonna work around it. We're gonna make this happen. So basically what I want to do on this side of the shop is frame up 3 walls, and we're gonna completely cover that up with some clear 6mm plastic. We got some fans, we got some filters. We're gonna try to make this have some actual airflow. Last time I painted my red truck in the shop, I really didn't have any airflow, and when I was spraying clear, it was an absolute nightmare. I could spray half the truck. By the time I got to the other side, it was so cloudy, I could not see what I was doing. So I am going to try to avoid that as best I can. We're gonna try to make this little booth actually flow some air, move some paint out of the air. We got some 2x4s out from the shed. Yes, I know I have a gold mine in there. And it's nice having that wood for times like this where something temporary you need to throw up and we're gonna tear it back down. We're gonna tear all the wood back apart and we'll have the same amount of wood. I'm trying not to cut all this stuff up in case I do need it for something important. But like I said, for a temporary paint booth, this is gonna work just fine. So the only problem is a lot of these 8-foot 2x4s are actually like 7'6" or a little bit short. That's not gonna be tall enough for the walls. So what I'm going to do, instead of going to buy a bunch more lumber, I'm just gonna take some shorter pieces I have and screw them onto the 7.5 footers. And I'm actually gonna make them 9 feet. I want 9 feet tall just so I have enough room over the truck. The truck is about 6 feet. So at 8 foot tall, I still feel like that's not enough room. So I'm gonna go 9 feet and we're gonna make this happen. So let's get out some tools, get out some screws, and make this booth. All right, guys, I am working on getting this one wall here set up. That wall is where I'm gonna have my fans blowing into the booth. And I kind of started messing around with my filters because I want to place those studs in the right spot. So I bought 6 of these filters. These are a 20 by 25 by 1. A lot of people seem to have good luck with these, but these things do not flow much air at all. So I got this fan here. This one doesn't put out much air, but I can feel plenty of air coming through this. And when I put this filter up, I literally can't feel, I mean, I can feel a little bit, but not much. There's not much air at all coming through. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I might run to the store and see if I can find like another filter that flows better. I did look at homedepot.com and they had some other like filter sheets that look like they flow a lot better. So I might run there. Like I said, I just want to put these studs in the right spot so I can mount my fans. I'll probably mount that one, and then I have this big one in case I do need more airflow. I can crank this thing on. This thing moves an insane amount of air. So I want to put both of those in this one wall here, and then I'll have filters on the other end wall to filter the paint going out of the booth. All right, we got the first wall up already, guys. I am going way too hardcore with this thing, but I want it to work, and I want it to work good. I've seen those PVC booths and they look so flimsy. I don't want a flimsy booth that's gonna fall over halfway through painting. So we got that wall up. I actually came like probably a foot past this post just because I wanted a little bit more room. I'll have to work around the post still, but on either side I'm gonna have a lot more room. So next thing we gotta do is build this wall. What I'll probably do is split it up and probably cut it right in the middle here, just because I want to be able to somehow get access through here to bring parts in and out of the booth. So we're gonna have to figure something out with that for something lightweight and able to, you know, move it out of the way so I can move stuff in. But this back wall right there shouldn't need to move at all. So let's get that one built. Like I said, probably halfway to the middle of that post. And then I'm gonna just use my existing wall. What I got is, this is the plastic. That's a 6 mil plastic, so it's very thick. That's a 20 foot by 100 foot roll. So that's gonna work very good. I'm just gonna put it right on the wall. I'll have to figure out, maybe frame out just a little opening around the door, and then I'll probably leave this wall maybe a foot and a half, just so you can walk through here and get out. Also, we need to be able to get the truck in, so the truck's gonna have to come in through this wall here. We are done framing, guys. We got this thing all done up. I did put crossbars in for the fans there. We got all the kind of ceiling structure, I guess, up. This wall I kind of made a little bit different. So I'm gonna have a filter on each top corner, and then this bottom section is what I'm gonna have to take out of the way to get the truck in and out. So I just got one screw on each side, and it's actually pretty sturdy in there. It's definitely not gonna go anywhere. I'm also gonna put 4 filters on this side in those 2 bays, and then 2 more filters there. So this whole wall is gonna be one gigantic freaking filter. So I'm hoping that's gonna be enough airflow. I did find some other styles of filters. There's this style here, and then these, which are super thin. They're gonna flow a lot of air, but I'm not sure how much dirt or dust they'll catch. So if I do use these, I'll probably double or triple them up. And then I found this big filter here, which this is just kind of a cut to size, and it's a high flow. You can see right there, high flow filter. So I'm probably gonna use this one on the big fan. That thing is like 1 inch thick, so it should catch some stuff. And then I got a few more of these just because I want to put extra on this wall on the back. If I have extra filters, I'm gonna put maybe another one up top center. I'm just gonna make sure this thing is clean. We are looking pretty good. We gotta get this plastic busted out and start lining these walls up. I'm gonna completely cover everything in here, and then we'll come back through, cut out all the holes for the fans, filters, and then also I got some LED lights, kind of like just those 4-foot lights. I'm gonna put a couple on the ceiling and then a couple on the walls, and that should give me enough light. The reason I wanted to go clear for the plastic sheeting is that's gonna let light in too. So I should have enough light once I hang up some lights in the ceiling, throw some on the walls, and the light coming in through that sheeting. We should have plenty of light. All right, guys, we got some filters up on the wall, so I just kind of put them kind of wherever, and I just didn't want any dead spots where the air just kind of sits there and swirls. I don't know if it really will, but I figured I'd just kind of go around and kind of throw them all over the whole wall. The airflow is going to be coming kind of on the sides, so I figured more filters on the edges would probably be better. One up top in the center. I think that should work pretty good, and like I said, these things don't flow that great, but I think with 8 filters on this wall, it should flow enough. If it still doesn't flow enough, I got some other filters that I could put in, probably in the center here, that flow a lot better. So I went through backside, cut them all out, and just taped them up just to seal it all up. So we are good to go with this wall. Let's get the rest of this thing covered up, get this wall, and like I said on this wall right here, I'm kind of going to leave this section open and just kind of put a flap there. I'll tape shut or something just so I can get in and out of the booth to bring parts in and out. All right, we got our fans mounted up. Let's turn these on, and then we'll have to get inside, close that door up, and see how much airflow we got in the booth. Let's go get this one on too. There we go. Filters are staying there. Let's run inside and see how they're doing inside. All right, we're inside here. I might pull off, well, I don't know. There's a decent amount of air coming out of that one. That fan is pretty weak. This one's on low, and there's actually a pretty decent amount coming out. Well, I cranked that fan on high. That one's on high as well. And you can see we got some airflow. We definitely got a little bit of positive pressure. It's kind of wanting to push that plastic out. But I want to get out here, and I definitely can feel some airflow through here. But I might honestly add another filter in the center here. All right, we're out here. I can definitely feel air coming through. Yeah, we definitely got airflow. This one definitely feels like it flows a lot better than these. These were the original ones I bought. But there's definitely air coming out. I still think I want to add one of those better, higher flowing filters right in the center there. All right, we got these other two filters in. These ones definitely flow a lot better. Hopefully they can catch enough paint coming through. I do still feel airflow coming through these ones. And you can still see we kind of got a positive pressure in here, which I wanted. I think we should be good with this. Well guys, there's the booth. We are done. I cannot wait to get some stuff in here and try it out, see how it works. I do want to bring those flares, the grill, and a couple other things. Oh, the underside of the hood. I want to get all that in here and get that in color and clear. So that'd probably be the first round of paint we do in here. That'll kind of give us a good idea of how the booth is working. We got to set up our gun. I've never used this clear coat, and I have a new gun that I've only used one time. So we got a lot of stuff to get the hang of, get the feel for. So that's why I kind of want to start out with the flares and the grill, just to kind of get the hang of the gun and the clear coat, all that good stuff. Well, I already know you guys are going to comment and say I built this thing way too overkill for a temporary booth. Couple things, I had all the lumber. I didn't spend a penny on lumber. A lot of the screws I used were used screws, and I already had a bunch of screws. The only things I bought was the filters and the plastic. So I'm reusing all these lights from the shop. Up in the loft I had these lights. I took them down and brought them down here. So I'm reusing a lot of stuff I already had. That's kind of why I kind of went all out. But I really hope it's going to pay off and work really good. I'm really hoping it does. Well, I'm going to wrap this one up here. I really hope you enjoyed it. Go smash that thumbs up button, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.